Hello, everyone. My name is Bethany, and this is for educational assignments for System 408 Relational Databases for Business Applications. The presentation is on build analysis solution using Power BI. The overview. We will be discussing on the visualizations of the units, such as being sold by product name, sold by the year of 2013, sold by region, and sold by vendor and region. In addition to this, we will also be discussing the calendar that was created in the Power BI along with the charts. The dates run from 2020 to 2022. The this chart is represents the quantity by product name. As shown, the product name is along the y-axis and the quantity is run by the x-axis. Um, the bars represent the units that are sold by the product. And as you can see, the Cozy Sock and the Dura boot is the most popular demand in purchasing. And the least favorite is Biggie Tent. For the top two, they're sold by 5 units. Easy Boo is sold by 3 units. And Tiny Tent and ZZ Bag are sold by 2 units. Um, with this information, the market manager and the team can take further look into this chart by discussing whether they should keep ordering supply for the Biggie Tent product, since it is the very least. Or they could either find new ways to promote the product in hopes to boost these sales, or they could discontinue if it's not making enough profit to keep ordering and demanding supply for it. It's just whether if it's worth keeping it or not. This chart is the quantity by year. So yet again, the year is by the y-axis and the quantity is by the x-axis. Within the database, it only records from the year 2013. So within that year, they have sold 18 units. For that fiscal year, or however you like to look at it. For the team, they can look at it if they want to compare it to the other years, if there were to be other years compared to. If they were to compare, they could see whether a trend if they decreased in the amount of sales of this year or they boosted up. If they were to decrease, they could take further action of discussing what they have done, what they have changed. If they did any changes, did that affect poorly or greatly? It's just a lot of evaluating and seeing whether what caused what. Just by looking at the chart, it's a lot to really reconsider everything. And there's a lot of factors to it. This is the bar chart for the quantity by region name. It is very different from the previous one. This one's split up to 4 quadrants. But for now, we're just looking at 2 regions, as that was the only thing recorded in the database as well. The Chicagoland and the tri-state region. Just comparing the two, you can see that tri-state has sold more units than Chicagoland. Chicagoland has only sold 2, while the other has sold 16. With that information itself, they can refocus on trying to save the store that's in the Chicagoland region, since it's selling way less than the tri-state. They can see whether if they have to relocate due to maybe not hitting the right audience, or it may have been located into a not so populated area compared to the tri-state. It could mean so many factors into this. They could, and also if they want to promote it, or boost up the sales, they will try different techniques in order to do so. But if nothing is making a change or a trend, then they could just simply relocate if that's what they wanted to do. Um, Quantity by the vendor and region. This chart is similar to the previous one that we talked about. However, we are involving the vendors. The two vendors is the Mountain King, which is the light blue, and the dark blue, which is the Pacific Gear. Same thing, we're comparing the same regions. Still the same units being sold, 1 and 1 between the two vendors and the tri-state area. Mountain King has sold 10 units, while Pacific Gear has sold only 6. Now, there could be separate focus into this chart. They can simply focus on the tri-state area, whether they can see if they try to boost the sales for the Pacific Gear within that area with like marketing techniques or whatever they need. However, they could also refocus to the Chicagoland, whether they still want to see if they want to if the vendors want to keep doing it, they want to keep selling, or they just want to relocate. It kind of goes back to the same as the previous chart. It's just all that matters is what can they do to either save it or end up making another decision. Now we have moved on to the calendar. This calendar was created in the Power BI DAX. The calendar consists of many columns, such as the year, the month, the day, the month number, week number, the weekday, the weekday number, and work day, and including the date itself along to the left. Calculating the week number, it goes by 1, 2, 3, 4, or how many it goes. For example, from January 1st to the 7th, that's considered week 1. Calculating weekday number, it starts off by on Monday and ends on Sunday. So Monday would be 1, Tuesday would be 2, and then it goes down to Sunday being the 7th. And the workday, it only has 2 values to it. So 1 would be considered Monday to Friday, which is a workday, and 0 would be considered Saturday and Sunday, which is a non-work day. Now, with the calendar, they can easily, use this for a lot of reasons, including analysis. They could use this for better visualization when it comes to sales transactions, or if they want to predict, forecasting, or if they want to create relationships with this table with another data table. It could be anything else that they want to come up with, whether it be for employment, hiring, whatever the case may be. Along with the work days, since there is a workday column, they can see how many work days that they are contributing in that business and whether if it's enough time to meet the business criteria or the mission to perform those tasks or operations. It is just a lot of factors that can contribute into this, which is amazing. The next slide consists of, going further down the line of the calendar. It really does list every single day for the past from 2020 to 2022, 2020, and then it goes back again to 2021. And here are my references. And I do appreciate your time, and I hope everyone has a good day. Thank you.